All right, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to do something a little bit different for my informative speech tonight, guys, and I'm going to actually teach you something. So I'm going to teach you guys the basics of how to use PowerPoint for business applications specifically. So we're not talking about how you would use PowerPoint when you're being creative, or how you might use PowerPoint for a presentation in class. I'm going to talk about how you use PowerPoint when you're in a business setting specifically. Okay? So I've worked in a number of different business environments, and there's two really big things you have to pay attention to. And the first one is content, and then the second one is sort of your how-to knowledge. And I'm going to go over both. So I have 5 basic rules that I've sort of gathered from working at a number of different places that seem to apply no matter who your audience is, what your setting is. In a corporate world, these are the things that you need to make sure you do in PowerPoint. So the first one is you want to make sure that you focus on pictures rather than text. You want your slides to be mostly pictures because people are very visual and that's what they're going to remember. If you're telling them a story and then you have a picture up on the screen, that's what they're going to connect with. Nobody wants to read a paragraph up there on the screen because they're not going to be listening to you. And like I just said, you want to use text very sparingly. Okay, everybody's listening, nobody wants to be reading. You also want to make sure that whatever it is that you've got up on the screen is visible to the whole room. Your audience is the back row of wherever it is that you're presenting to, whether it's a small conference room or a huge auditorium. And so whether you've got a small detail footnote at the bottom, it's great that the front row can read that, but if the back row can't, it kind of defeats the purpose. So especially with PowerPoint, you have to be careful of that because it tends to auto-adjust your fonts. So you have to be very conscious of what size things are. So you also want to make sure you use contrasting colors. Because of the way screen displays and the bigger screens up here, projector screens, vary colors, you want to make sure that the colors you choose are very sharp, very distinct, and they contrast with each other well, so that you'll be able to see different things when they're next to each other. If you're too subtle about the colors you choose, people aren't going to be able to tell the difference in the audience. Okay, so when you want to emphasize a point, this is my last note. Okay, there are 3 things that you should do and 3 things that you shouldn't do. When you're trying to emphasize something, all caps is good, underline is good, and different colors are good. Okay. Using bold, people can't tell the difference from the back of the room. When you use italics, people can't tell the difference often, especially with different fonts. And when you use lots of funky word art with different colors, it makes it difficult for people to read the text. Okay, none of that funny nonsense. Okay. So now I'm going to show you guys a couple of fun things, okay, that PowerPoint itself gives you as tools. So if you look up here, PowerPoint offers you these pre-made themes that you can use, and each one of them comes with a number of different formats and slides that come with it, okay, that you can use. So those are already pre-made for you that you can take advantage of. Okay, tables also come pre-formatted with different contrasting colors. So you don't have to come up with this stuff on your own. It's already built in there for you. Charts are also there, which are great for business applications, and SmartArt is the same thing. It sounds fancy, but it's really just another name for fancy charts. Okay. You want to avoid transitions. I know they were really, really cool in elementary school, and they made those bang, pow noises. Not anymore. Okay, same thing goes for animations. You don't need your words to spin when they come in the room. Okay, you don't need flash and zoom and all that other fun stuff. It's great when you want to do something creative, but not in the business world. Okay, and the last tool that I'm going to show you is the option for presenter view, which is what I was just doing, where I could look at the next slide coming, and you guys only saw the big slide up here. And also the ability to rehearse and time yourself, okay, and the ability to record the slideshow as you do it. Okay, so those are great ways to help yourself get prepared when you're about to give a business presentation using PowerPoint. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you. Nice work. Very good. Mia.